Okay. Hi viewers. So today we will talk about marriage. It's all about marriage today, and we realize that in our society, a lot of people are questioning themselves about marriage, and we have a lot of trouble as far as marriage is concerned. So for that purpose today, I have Pastor Christian, who is just right there. He will talk about marriage. He will teach us about the men's and the women, the men and women responsibility in marriage. So Pastor Christian, thank you for being here. Okay, Pastor Christian, can you just introduce yourself to our viewers so that they can know you better? How long have you been married and stuff like that?
Thank you. My name is Pastor Reverend Chris Yongo. I'm one of the pastors in GVMC Dallas. So I have a background of 20 years of marriage. So thus which it brings all those things to the knowledge. So that's what I have to say.
All right. Thank you, Pastor. So the first question that I would like to ask is what is marriage? What is marriage about?
Well, just to respond right away, it's going to be tough. But I just want to say marriage, just to bring it shortly. Marriage is a mission. It's a mission.
Yeah.
It's just a mission.
Marriage is a mission.
It's a mission.
So where does marriage come from then?
As the Bible says, it's the first institution coming from the Lord, from God. Marriage has nothing to do with human beings. So human beings, they just took it from God and they're trying to deal with it. That's why you see there's a lot of faith. It's the first institution coming from the Lord. It's God established marriage. And then they put the rules and the regulation.
Okay. So what's the purpose of marriage then? If God created it, because we know that God will never create something if there is no purpose for it. So what is the purpose of marriage?
The really purpose of marriage, like I said, marriage, first of all, it's a mission. So the purpose is to accomplish God's will on this earth as a couple. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why He's going to put somebody close to you. So it's not like we're doing now, just pick and pick and pick. It's not the way it goes. Mm-hmm. So God has to send somebody for the right purpose, which to accomplish a mission as a couple on this earth.
Okay, so we all got in marriage. It's mainly for purpose.
It's a purpose.
It's mainly for purpose. So someone is asking me then, okay, in marriage, when young people are, when people they are getting married, they want to have a kid, they want to start a family. So what can I say? What is the place of that in marriage then, if marriage is mainly for purpose?
Let me say this. Children and all that, I call it's a benefit.
Benefit.
Yes. After you get exactly what God has planned for you, prepared for you as a partner, then it blesses you with those children and all that. But to have a children, it's not the real main purpose of marriage.
Okay.
So the real purpose of marriage, like I said, it's a mission. You know, as a man, let's put it as a man. Before you get married, you need to know who you are and where you're going.
Okay.
Because the Bible says it's not good for men to be alone. I have to give me a helper. So if you don't know who you are and you don't know your mission, what that woman will come to your life to do what? What kind of help to come to your life? She's gonna help on what? See, people are changing here.
It's getting hot.
Yes, people are changing the things, helping just the bills and all that, but they don't understand it's about mission.
Okay, so you said, Pastor, that marriage is mainly for purpose.
Yes.
So now it brings me to the question of what are the responsibilities of the man? We'll start by the man first in marriage then. Because you're saying that it's mainly for purpose, right? So the man has to understand his purpose before even consider marriage. So if that man, okay, let me first of all ask, how can a man discover his purpose?
That's what I say. Marriage is not just a joke. You're gonna take a lot of classes for that. So Like I said, if you're not mature enough, you're not qualified to get married. Why I say that? Because before you get married, you need to know, first of all, your mission. You may not see clearly, but you know at least where you're going.
Okay.
Because if you really need help, so that's why the Bible says it's not good for men to be alone. So you got to have, you got to reach the point where you finish your single cycle. When you finish a single cycle, and then you enter into a marriage status or atmosphere, then God knows the mission is giving to you. God has to figure out it's not good to fulfill the second part of your life, whatever it is, from the single cycle and the marriage cycle. It's not good for you to go alone according to the mission has given to man. That's why they got to give you another partner to come and help you. So the first responsibility of man, you need to know at least where you're going. You don't need a wife or a partner if you don't know what you're going to do. You need to know first where you're going. Why you need the help? Somebody just to cook for you? There's somebody to do massage or whatever. It's not the main purpose. It's a divinely purpose. Because it's the first institution from God. See, it's nothing for sentimental things like that to come first. But we need to understand your mission. As the first responsibility of man, know your mission. Know where you're going. And then God has to figure out from your life that it's not good for you to go alone. That's why you need my partner.
Okay. So men, women, you have to develop yourself through self-discovery, yes. Right? And also discover your purpose. And then from that point on, you can consider marriage. Good. And what about the women?
Oh, the women.
Since we said that the man has to discover his purpose, and then God will bring him that helpmate. So, what about the women?
Yeah, the women, they have a purpose also.
Okay.
But their purpose is linked into their partner. You see, when God gave the responsibility to Adam, okay, he asked him to name things, and then Adam named things, and then he gave them to the animals and all of that. And then God approved it. When he approved it, then he said, okay, now I trust you as a man. So now you know what you're doing in the Garden of Eden. Now, when the women come, they got purpose also. But the purpose has to be linked to your partner. So you become a helper of the vision or the mission which God has given to man. That's why it has to be the same vision between a woman and the man.
Oh, so Pastor, so you are saying that so if I meet someone, our purpose has to be linked.
Exactly.
So we have to have the same purpose.
Exactly.
We have to see the same way.
Exactly.
We have to speak the same language.
The Bible says this. If two people working together, they don't see the same, they cannot work together. It's impossible. That's why you see we're failing in the marriage. Because these are the details we don't pay attention. If you don't speak the same language with your partner, it means you're not going the same way. Yeah. Remember, it's about mission. Two become one. So we got to become one to see exactly the same way. We cannot be we're not going to have the same character or whatever, but the same vision. We got to speak the same language. That's why you see, before you get married, when you're dating or fiancé or time, make sure when you're talking to the partner, you know yourself, what God has spoken to you, what you're going to accomplish. Even if you don't understand it 100%. But you got to know first, because you're going to be a helper. You're going to help on what? Like I said, helping is not only bills or cooking in the house, even though it's important, but it's not the main responsibility. The main responsibility is to discover the mission, why we're together, where are we going. If we know these things, so the love and cooking and massage and all that will come. But the first thing, you need to know where we're going, where this man is taking me, why I'm giving all my life to this man, where he's taking me. That's why you got to be mature before you get married. If you don't have no answer to all those questions, why do you get married? What are you taking? This is pretty. If I'm a parent, I have a daughter, and then you come, you want to marry my daughter, and then I'll ask you, where are you taking her? I need to know. I don't ask you to be a millionaire or whatever, but just where are you going? Why I have to give you my daughter and marry for the rest of her life? You got to give me the right answer for that.
Wow. So I heard one man of God who said that he said the responsibility of a man in marriage first, for a man to consider himself ready for marriage, he has to be mature, what you said. He said also that the person has to be able to demonstrate sacrificial love. What do you think about that? He gave an example. He said that when he was getting ready to marry his wife, he asked himself a bunch of questions. Okay, if my wife today is paralyzed, or if my wife today cannot bear a child, am I still ready to going on with her to carry the relationship? Am I still ready to pursue the relationship, and even am I even ready to stay married to her? He asked himself that question, and second of all, he asked himself that he cannot marry someone if he is not taking care of himself very well. So what do you think about that? Is it too extremist to say that?
No.
He said that in his church you have to have, at least if you're a man and you want to marry one of his daughter at church, you have to have at least minimum $2,000 per month, things like that. You have to prove that you are mature enough, and then you can take care of that lady. So what do you think about that?
Like I said, men want to manipulate a godly purpose in the marriage. Like I said, we bring our philosophy trying to put money on these things. Let me tell you something. You can have $1 million. If you're mature, you're not mature. It's not money can qualify a person to become mature. See, that's why you see the young people, a lot of people failing in marriage right now, because they think if you have a bank account, you have a good job, you have an apartment or a house, you qualify. You don't. Maturity is not because you have a bank account, because you have a car, because you have a job, because you have an apartment, then it qualify you to marry. Now it's way more than that. You got to understand, first of all, who you are. Like I say, first of all, who you are,
identity,
and then where you're going, the mission, the responsibility God has given to you. You need to know it. Like I say, that's responsibility. It doesn't mean you got to be a pastor or a deacon or evangelist. No. So you got to know yourself, where you're going. So that woman you want to take is going to be a helper unto the vision and unto the mission which God has given. The reason why you're here, you need to know it. Okay. Because that part of you is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. That's what I say. If we don't pay attention to those things, it's going to be 2 cracks. That's why you see divorces everywhere. The first crash from 0 to 6 years of marriage is a confusion of mission. They don't know why I marry you, because after you get married, after 1 year, 2 years, so now you're comfortable. So the excitement is gone. So you realize, yeah, I wanted this partner, but so what? I got it. I have it on. Now I discover mistakes and failing to hold that. So what next? If you don't have an answer for what next, you see many people, they don't stay 6 years in marriage. That's the first crash. Confusion in the house, because you already get what you were looking for. The love is not going to stay for 6 years as you started in the beginning. So more years you're going, you're still going to say, honey, I love you, but things will change inside. But if you still don't understand what's the next, because I wanted you and I got you home and everything's on, now I start discovering things I didn't know and all that, and then you start asking what's next. Am I gonna stay with this man or this woman like that? That's your choice now. That's why see many they can't handle it. They just divorce in between 0 and 6. And then the second crash is from 6 to up. 30 years, 15, 20. That's the crash of destiny. More you stick together, more you growing in the age also, more mature. Life becomes so clear because when you marry 25, 26, 27, 30, you got different mentality. When you reach 40, 45, you're going up. Life is going to change. Now you start wondering why I'm here. What is my real purpose of life? So you're going to start thinking different. So by thinking different that way, you're going to know if my partner is staying the same way. Because the destiny will knock onto your heart. And then if you don't know what you're doing, that's why you see two vision. After many years together, they can't handle each other. Because of two vision, two mission. The men say, yeah, I've been called to do this. I've been called to do that. And the women come also, yeah, me too. I've been called to do that. So if you've been called to do this, I've been called to do that. If you don't match, how can we stay together? Because at the end of the day, each one of us got to fulfill his mission. Mm-hmm. Each one of us, we got to fulfill our mission. You have to fulfill your mission. But if your mission doesn't link with me as a helper on what God has said, that's the reason why he said it's not good for me to be alone. That's why I sent you women to my side. And then if we grow up and then we have different, it doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to me.
So when we were doing the class persecutions, you talk about specific things that men are responsible to do in marriage, and also the same thing for the women. I know that we have a conference coming up in December, but persecution, just maybe 2 things that the man is responsible for in marriage, and the same thing for the women.
See, the book of Ephesians said the man is the head of the wife first. I like to precise.
He's the head of
the wife. So we used to say that in the church, the man is the head of this house. Yes, it's okay, you're the head of the house, but first of all, you're the head of the wife. In other words, you got to be a pastor or a leader or a responsible man to your wife first. That's your first responsibility.
So you have to provide?
Of course, you got to provide too. Yeah. You got to provide too. As a man, you're going to provide. Like I say, I cannot bring philosophy in these things because circumstances in each marriage or couples are different. But your responsibility, you got to bring some on the table.
So I'm thinking someone is saying, oh, when I met my husband, things were not great. He was, he was trying to put some things down. Mm-hmm. So the woman, I step up and then I helped him, What do you think about it? Is it okay for if fiancé, they are not yet married, but is it okay for a woman to step up and help the man even if they are not married?
Yeah. I cannot say yes or not, but all I can say, if your destinies bind together, so you got to do whatever you got to do. Like I say, if you read the proverb, what they say with the virtuous woman, it talk about a lot.
But she is already married, that virtuous woman. I'm talking because the thing is, okay, I want to be practical. Okay. In this society now, we find a lot of men. I will not say that they are lazy, but we cannot see a lot of effort, So some men will be like, oh no, it's not because I don't have money now that you want to show some attitude, or you are too materialistic. What about this thing of money every single time, every single day? So it goes back to the same question. I'm not yet married to you, so normally I shouldn't, take care of you, the man. You have to show me that, because you said in the class persecution that God gave Adam something to do. before Eve came. So
he didn't give him a job or responsibility.
Yeah, he gave him a responsibility, but I mean, even if the guy doesn't have a job, like a 9 to 5 job, but you have to have something. You have to have something doing, right? But there are people that they don't have that 9 to 5 job, and they are not even also creative to start maybe a business or something, you know. So how can you advise those women in that that situation?
So the advice, like I said, let me put this on myself. Let me give my own self.
Okay.
I remember the day I was talking to my wife, and I remember back in the day, the parents, they told me, you got to take our children to school. She got to finish before you marry her. She have to finish school. And then I said, yeah, myself, I need to go back to school, but I can't. But it was a condition they give it to me. So I found the way how to talk to parents straight in the eye. Like I say, I didn't have the possibility to take her to school. You know, it was hard for me that day, back in the day. And then I talked to the parents, I talked to them, and then I guarantee them. And then, like I say, you got to have something inside of you. There's no way I can just go lie to parent like that. I say, I'll put your child in the school. I guarantee. And then I talk to them seriously. And then after that, I work hard just to prove the word I give it to them. I didn't have the possibility right there, but I say, I give you my word that your child will go back to school. She will go to university. And put it, was not high school, it was a university. I said, she will finish her university degree. I promise. And then I work hard after that. And then I fulfill it. She went to university. She finished. I went to university. I finished. So it's different, like I said. Some people, they can talk. Talk is cheap. You can just talk without doing whatever. But you have to prove. But you got to prove what you're saying.
So women out there, your man, you got to make sure that he's responsible.
It got to be responsible.
And he has to prove it as well.
Listen to him.
He has to prove it.
Listen, I can just give an example of how I let me help women, because I'm my own self-example.
Okay.
You cannot say, I'm gonna marry your daughter or whatever, your sister, because I'll be great. I don't like that language. We'll be okay. No, I don't like either. Prove to the woman how you're going to be okay. So break it down.
Okay.
I will start on this. After 3 weeks or 1 year, it's going to be this. After I receive this, it's going to be that. So the woman can see the steps. How great are you talking about you're going to become? So don't just say, don't worry, we'll be okay. I'll be great. I'm going to have a lot of money. No, how? Explain it. Break it down. I'll go to school. I'll finish on this one. And I'll start on this. And then I'll touch this. And then all this after I've done it. And then I'll become what I told you. So let the woman get convicted about what you're saying. If she don't agree, it's okay. She doesn't agree. But if she believes you, okay. But you got to break it down.
So it's okay, women out there. It's okay to ask your man, financially, spiritually, economically.
Right now you don't have it, but okay. What's your plan?
It's okay to discuss about it. It's okay to have clear vision, and don't be afraid of someone calling you materialistic. You know, it's okay. I want to ask this question.
Okay.
I want to ask this question. Is it a one spouse or mate for someone?
Yes.
So it got to be, there is that one. So if you miss that one.
I believe strongly there's a one man for one woman for one man.
So what is happening? Because today we can see that people are in their third, fourth marriage. So how can we explain that? I
don't blame them, because we didn't start in the proper way. You wind up that way. I told you there's a crash in the relationship. Marriage is a mission. If you took the wrong person, you crash.
So I took the wrong person, and then I messed up someone else's life because I took the wrong. Because
both of life, your life and someone else, both of your life is going to get messed up.
Because that man's supposed to be for someone else. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, that's the consequences of it. That's the consequence. That's why I advise people, please, and I beg, take time before you enter into that business.
It's a real
Make
business.
sure, if you're Christian, I say, if you really child of God, pray and let God give you some good line guidance and things like that for that.
Oh, so we have to pray for
Of
it.
course.
Because there are people who believe that God says who finds a man, a woman, the man who finds a woman finds a good thing.
According to his will.
It's their own responsibility to find the women and to love her.
Of course, you got to find.
And God is not in that business.
You have to find that woman. But which one are you finding? Yours or someone else? See, you got to go find a woman.
So God has to show you that
like
person.
I say, it's a really business. It's not pick like the way we're doing. Before you go to talk to that woman, make sure you take your responsibility in prayer. Pray, go see, and then let God show you properly this woman that is yours. Even God shows you, go talk to that woman. Listen to that. I'm not talking only to please women, but I want to talk to men also. Make sure the woman you talk to, she got the same language that you got.
Wow.
Don't just get it because she's beautiful, she's got a nice, whatever you call it. Go by that. Go by vision. Listen to that woman. Listen to her say, and then you know yourself already what God has told you where you're going. And then listen to that woman. That's why I said dating time is not a movie, going to restaurant, having fun. No, dating time. It's a time we'll put everything on the table. I'm listening to you. I don't want to mess up my life. I don't want to take the wrong one and go back again. So make sure you guarantee all those things. Listen to her. Listen to her language, her vision, where she planning her life. Listen, you want to know. Say, people used to say, love is blind. I don't like that word. Love is not blind. Excuse me, please. I got to see clear. More we blind, that's why we got the wrong people on ground. Because you put love you just blind your mind. You don't even pay attention to detail.
So do we have to love our spouse or not before we get married then?
Listen.
What's the place of love then? Is it after purpose or when does love come into place?
Let me put this
in a relationship.
When you go get the job, you got an interview, right?
Yes.
Even though you're so talented, they don't care about your talent.
Yeah.
They care about what you're going to respond in the person they need. Okay, marriage is like that. The person I need. It's not about.
Try to interview that person.
Okay, I need a helper. I don't need a love. Love will come. But the main things, because the marriage is a mission, I need a helper for that mission.
So I don't need to love them.
No,
how am I going to be attracted to that person and then say that I can talk to the person?
Attraction is very important, but I don't put all in front of mission.
Okay, someone comes to me, okay? Someone is saying, okay, I want to marry you, Miracle, I want to marry you, and this is my vision, this is my purpose.
Okay. And
then what? And then I have no feeling for the person. So even though we are speaking the same language, talking about purpose, I'm like, there is nothing else, Pastor. How can I be married for life with that person? I don't have any type of attraction.
Remember what I said, marriage is first institution coming from the Lord. God knows what is better for you.
So I should go ahead and start a relationship without even loving the person. I
cannot advise that just go start it. But like I said, it's about.
Yeah, but is it, purpose and love, are they together, or I have to find first the person, the purpose, and then after the purpose, then I'll start considering if love will come or love will not come.
Definitely will come.
What if after, let's say, we dated for 5 years and love's still not there?
I cannot give a straight answer on that, but listen to me. Would you You wanted to stay with somebody you love so much, but she's not in your purpose.
No.
You know where you want to wind up? Crashing. Staying 20 years inside, I know. When people got more years goes gone.
So let me ask you this question, Pastor. What is love then? Because now I understand that there is a difference between feeling and love. So what is love exactly? Because maybe we are confusing love and feelings, or love and attraction.
Okay. I wanted to come to that point. Thank you for asking that question. There's a lot of confusion. Feelings, excitement, and love.
Okay.
See, most of people when they started, they say, I love you, I love you. I don't believe that. It's not that. That's why when we get married before the Lord in the church, I advise people not to secret it, because we make that mistake. As a pastor, I make that mistake before. And then strongly I repent. Right. See, when we're asking people to say, so and so, you want to be a wife for this man, or you want to be a husband, when people say yes, I love him, I cherish him, all this is good. But the yes supposed to be yes unto the vision, unto the mission. So if I accept this person, if I say yes because of that excitement feelings, that's why it goes down. Okay. But if I say yes unto the mission, means I accept the mission. I'm the leader of the mission. I accept this helper because I figure out this is really a helper. And then I say yes. That yes we say at the church is not yes of love. That's why we give people time to say, I love you, I'm your perfume, I'm your flower, I'm your Wi-Fi, it's good, all these things. But it's just to entertain people. But the real deal, if I say yes to you before God and before people, means I accepted the mission we're carrying together. So that's why I gave my life to you all the way through until we die. Because if I just say yes because I'm your flower, or that, all these things disappear. Okay. The real thing stays in the marriage after a while is the reason why we're together.
So you're saying that love is decision?
Of course, it's
not a feeling.
It's not a feeling. When I love you, means I love you and the mission.
Okay, so when you decide to love someone, that means you are ready to accept the qualities, the flaws of that person, to go on with that person for life, and to make sure that the purpose of your marriage, you guys are fulfilling it.
Of course. Listen, if I go back to the question you asked me earlier, if it was a gentleman asked a question, you say there's sometime if you say yes to a person, you get weight, or you had a car accident, something happened, hospital, that's different.
He prepared himself that if those things of life comes up, he will never leave his wife.
Exactly. If there is a strong mission onto it, it will stand.
So love has a purpose.
If it was just the excitement of love, because I wanted a beautiful woman, a handsome man, if it was your real purpose on it, if those things gone, do you think that love will stay?
So those are questions you have to ask yourself to determine if you truly love the person and if you are ready to enter marriage.
Can you marry you marry a beautiful woman today? Somehow something happened. Car accident, they cut the leg, the beauty, or she get burned on the fire, some accident, everything is gone. You still gonna love that pretty? You still gonna see the pretty? Be honest. If you see people sticking together because they know, even though the person become like that, the reason we got to fulfill something. Why you're allowed to be like this? So we're sticking together to fulfill the mission. But if it was just the excitement or feeling of so-called quote love, that's how you see, you're not gonna see that love no more. If something happen, oh, that's it. Sickness come, cancer, paralyzed, all that. Ooh, you say, yeah, I know. Start looking for another one.
So single out there before you even get married. This is why Miracle Inspire is doing all this, is to help you discover and fulfill your destiny, to become who God predestined you to be, so that whenever you meet your man or you meet your woman, you can how can I say it? You can continue and you can make the journey easy for him or for her. So you have to discover first your purpose. You have to discover your purpose, and then, Pastor, the way that I can condense what we said so far is that love has a purpose. You have to discover the purpose for marriage, and you have to understand that love has a purpose. When you understand that, marriage will be easy for you.
Exactly.
Okay, I have a question, Pastor. How should someone know that that person or this person is the one? I think after purpose.
I already say that. Like I say, if you start looking for a person, for example, a young man, a gentleman just want to go and get married, he feels like, yeah, I want really. My cycle, single cycle is done. I believe now it's burning inside of me. I want a woman. So when you start approaching, like I say, you got to be wise enough and mature. Like I say, dating is like an interview.
Okay.
So you start talking, just talk. Of course, you're gonna have a little feeling. Yes, let's be realistic.
Have at least some kind of feeling.
You're gonna have some kind of feeling,
but that's not love.
Yeah, no, that's not love. It's a feeling will drive you to approach the person. Because you see life is good, the way you want it, but the real thing you don't know yet. Okay.
So that is very important. Don't shut it down. No, it's very important, that little feeling attraction. But just know that it's not
boosts your desire to approach the person. Or if you're a woman, it's gonna give you a desire to open up a little bit to listen to the person.
Okay.
But that's not love. Okay. Love comes when you agree after you get all the information, like the real purpose of that man and the real purpose of that woman, and then you see links. You want to feel it inside of you. Don't feel, oh, that beauty, she's talking good, she's nice. No, don't go by that. Pay attention on language. Pay attention on the language. Listen to your partner, because you know yourself. What God has put into you. Now you need a helper, or you need a man, or if you're a woman, you know you're going to be a helper. Now listen, who am I going to help? Listen to the language of that man. So if you see really everything you're talking matches about destiny, now I'm going to have a job, and then no, I'm talking about that. Where are you going? Who are you? Why we should get married? These things, this question needs to be answered properly. Not through skipping and love, I love your eyes. This is stupid. Excuse me. It's just nothing. These things come after.
Okay.
The real deal, show me who you are, where you going, what's your purpose. And then from there, I will see me too if I'm your helper. Okay. So I go by that. So love comes after. But you're going to have a little feeling that will drive you to like the person. Not love, but to like. You're going to like the person because you see like it seems as good. It seems like what I want. And then you're going to, if you're a man, you're going to approach the woman. If you're a woman, you're going to just give space a little bit to listen to the man.
Oh, Pastor, you said something that I really want you to stress on that. So you said that the first step is that you will like the person.
Yes.
So that will push you to approach the person and to start talking with the person.
You just appreciate what you see.
It is wrong for a man to say, let's say in the first
I love you.
In the first time that they meet, I love you, and the woman to respond, I love you too. So it's not real. It's a lie. So women, wisdom, men,
What are you loving?
Okay. Because you don't know the person.
Are you loving the beauty? That's not love. Because beauty can change. What are you loving? I love the mission. That's why I have to give you my life.
So you have to know your mission. so that you can recognize that one when the person the Lord has for you, your life partner. When your life partner comes to you, you can identify and recognize the person. So get on the journey toward becoming with us on Miracle Inspires. So, Pastor, aside purpose, because in marriage we are not gonna talk purpose all day long and all our lives. So, aside purpose, what are the things that I have to look in a man or woman? What are the virtues, the qualities, the virtue, the qualities? What are those things that I have to know about men in general and women and men? What are the things that you have to know about, women? What are those things that I have to look for?
Yeah, but
if we put purpose, all the spiritual thing aside, practical things. I love, Pastor, you love practical things, and I blow the internet about it. So
I know, but
let's get to the real thing.
Now I want to, but I just want I want to invite people to come to the class.
Okay, to the class. We
That's
have
very important.
Okay, we have at Generation of Overcoming Ministry Church Dallas location. We have classes, so you can get with the secretary of the church. You can go on the website venker.org. This church and the general overseer of all the GVMC United States will be holding a conference on marriage in December. So prepare yourself for that. So that question is for classes and for the conference in December. Okay. I have another question. Okay. Is it okay to set a boundaries in marriage, Pastor?
Okay.
Boundaries is like, okay, my husband gets easily angry and all the time, or maybe he wakes up in the morning, with a mood, and is it okay for me to tell him, hey, next time that you do that, we will get away from you? Not we will leave you, but we will just leave you, finish your time, your moody time, because it really affects. So is it okay to set those kind of boundary in marriage? Or maybe your husband or your wife maybe is not cooperative on certain things, I don't know, but is boundary okay in marriage?
I cannot
like
say
limits, boundaries. Is it okay?
I cannot say yes. I cannot say no.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage is a work. It takes a lot of dialogue and a lot of conversations, and make sure you're talking about. We're not going to be the same. We're not going to have the same character.
Okay.
It doesn't mean the person is wrong. No, okay. The character will be different. But like I said, it's a work. Marriage is not for lazy. That's why people think marriage is just enjoying having sex and all those flowers and all that. Marriage is a work. You will find somebody's moody like that. You need to start talking and working on it, on that character, talking.
Mm-hmm.
It takes work. Marriage is not for lazy.
So you're saying that couples have to be patient towards each other.
At a certain time, like I say, at certain limits. Like I say, you need to invest in your marriage.
So that's why
you cannot keep your partner talking the same thing for I don't know how many years.
But that's why I'm setting a boundary, so that you would understand that this thing is serious to me, because obviously someone who is setting a boundary is because they talk, and the person is not changing. So it's a way for the person to tell him, hey, this issue is becoming, serious. So it's my way of telling the person that this is becoming too serious.
That's what I did. I didn't want to say boundaries good or bad. Okay. I didn't want to say, because like
so you have to judge.
Otherwise it's going to be mechanical.
Okay.
I don't want to say Pastor Chris say after a while I have to. No.
Okay.
But it's up to
Sometimes
you. Like I say, it's depending how your relationship is going. Like I say, each couple has its own different experiences, different people. That's why I cannot make it like a one-way goes. All I know I can make it one way is a God divine purpose.
Okay.
Mission, you cannot change it. But to specify mission, I can't. Because you're gonna have your own mission, I'm gonna have my own mission, they're gonna have their own mission, but it's still mission.
Okay. So that brings me to this question. We know that in marriage they say that to master forgiveness. We have to be ready to forgive every single day, every single time over the same issue. So how can a couple restore trust in their marriage? Let's say that the couple, they are living a distrust in the marriage. Maybe the man or the woman cheats the other one, and then, yes, the partner forgets, but there is this still issue of trust. How can that particular couple can work on restoring the trust in marriage? How can
first of all, these are the questions I like to answer in the class. Why I say that? It's not
but just a little bit.
It's a tricky question. Okay. I cannot say you have to do this to do that. First of all, I will go how the problem started.
Okay.
Who's not doing what it's supposed to do to allow trouble to come?
So, but does that solve the issue?
For me to solve a problem or conflict, I have to identify the problem.
Yeah, but both let's say both of us are responsible for it.
Okay.
And maybe I'm not responding well to my spouse, or
you need to come to stop whatever you started.
Yes, I'm not fulfilling my spouse's needs, and we'll come back to that because it's very important. So and then my spouse went out, or find comfort outside the household. So let's say we are both responsible. I did something, he did something as well.
Okay.
So now we are in the process of restoring our relationship and restoring the trust, because trust, like we said, it's the foundation of marriage. So what is that thing that we can do to restore the trust? One particular thing. We know that there are a lot of things, it's a process, it's a journey, but
it's a conscience first.
You have to be conscious.
Yes, and accept your mistake. Like I say, after you identify a problem, both of you, and then you realize that yes, I accepted. I was like that, or I did this, and then from there you started over.
So now,
stopping whatever push you to do whatever you bring the untrust relationship.
Okay, I am the woman, and my husband cheated on me. Okay. So now I forgive my husband.
Okay.
It's okay. But I still have issue trusting him all the way whenever he's telling me something. I know it's personal to me. I forgave him. I should, totally forget. But there is still that thing, how can I deal with that?
There's no way that God no answer. You need to pray and forgive. It's the same way when we hurt God all the time, you just find a place how to forgive us.
So it goes back to the sacrificial love.
Exactly. So like I say, if you don't want to forgive somehow, that's your problem. That's you.
So it's personal to me.
Listen to me. I can give this example. For example, I hurt you.
Okay.
Okay. And then I realize that I hurt you. Okay. And then I come back to you. I say, forgive me. I realize that really I was wrong. And then I don't want to do it again. I hurt you. I won't do it again. And then you say, okay, I forgive you. But in the meanwhile, you did not forgive me. But me, I know I have a peace. So I know I apologize and I ask for forgiveness. But now it's your heart. So you're holding me in your heart. So you're going to deal with God, not on me. Even though that thing was wrong. But as long as I did what God has asked us to do, come back to you sincerely to apologize and ask for forgiveness, really sincerely, and you did not forgive me, or you forgive me, but you still holding me on something, means you're the problem, not me.
Because the Bible says that we should forgive 7 times, 77.
Now it's going to be you. That's why you see a lot of marriages failing now. Because of things like
I want to jump on that, because that was my next question. What are the common causes of failure in marriage? Unforgiveness. Those are the common causes.
Unforgiveness and mistreatment.
What about the rest? Disrespect.
All this is mistreatment.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things, like I say in detail. I would like to do that in class.
give them some of them so that they can know what's because the trust are really good, and that's what I told Pastor Chris. We have to do this. So Pastor Chris, give us some hints so that people will be attracted to come to the class.
It goes to both ways, both sides. You know, a woman doesn't honor and respect this man, you're gonna hurt that man for the rest of his life.
What about the women?
And the women also, if the men don't love, like the Bible says, love that woman properly, because like I said, the responsibility of man, you cannot love the person if you don't love yourself.
Oh, you have to love yourself first.
So that man need to love himself, because they say love that woman the way you love yourself. So if you don't love yourself, there's no way you can give that love to that woman. And then if you don't give that love to that woman, you're hurting that woman for the rest of your life.
So an example of love yourself.
Love yourself. Like I said, are you taking care of yourself? The same way, you gotta give the same care to that woman.
Okay.
The way you love yourself.
So someone said
you don't want anything wrong to happen to you. You're protecting yourself on this and that. You make sure you have this and that. Make sure the same thing you're going through, that woman got to have it.
So men, you have to be ready to do that in order for you to say that you are ready for marriage. And women, you have to find that in that man. That man, you have to be assured that that man will protect, respect you, defend you wherever you are in whatever circumstances.
But there's one thing I would say. See, in this society now, things become 50-50. I don't like that language. The way I study and I see things, it doesn't mean we want to abuse women. But the way I see it, that's me. With my research, my experience, I see the way God created a man and created a woman. Women, they do have a big capacity of doing things than men.
Okay.
In other words, I know some men are abusing also in that way. I don't want to talk because I'm a man. I know a lot of men are abusing. But you need to understand, for you, woman, to be really happy in your marriage, you got to make sure your man is respected.
So respect.
And is honored.
Respect.
If you respect that man, and the man is feel honored, he will be the best husband you never had.
So, Pastor, what is respect? Because I know that respect is
consideration.
Okay, consideration.
There's some women that don't consider the man. After you knowing his weaknesses and all that, especially when you do the same thing with the man or getting even more money than the man, you think that man is nothing. That's a big mistake. It doesn't matter how much money you make, how smart you are. If God give you that man, make sure you stay in your position.
So because I know that respect is it will be different from one person to another person. So is it okay when you guys are discussing to ask your partner
consideration?
How can you define respect? What can I do, that will make you feel respected? What are the things? Because I know that me personally, respect to me will be different from someone else, So to be able to understand what respect means to your spouse or to your partner, you have to maybe ask the person while you guys are discussing, what do that person understand by respect, what respect means to that person.
Yeah, you need you have a time to discuss. But me, like I say, is consideration.
Okay. Because there are people you consider them and it's still not enough for them.
No, listen, you see, we figure out women's. They rather respect someone else outside, his boss and all that. But your husband in the house is not respected, it's not considered.
Okay.
It happened a lot.
So if your man is not respected, it can cause failure in your marriage. That's the only thing?
No, that's one of the things.
One of the things.
I keep it for the class. So,
okay.
Yeah.
But I want to ask this. I know that we did a panel here a while ago, and people are saying sex also is part of let's say, physical intimacy, it's part of most failure in marriage. Is it true?
Oh yes.
Is it true?
It has a big part in it.
Okay.
Big, huge. But I want to be careful because I don't know those who are listening, if you're single or if you're married. I just want to encourage those who would not allow to do certain things and to say Pastor Chris was saying this and that, because you're not allowed until you get married. So
you're not until you get married. I'm still single, so it's also for me.
So
we are not allowed to have physical intimacy until we get married.
So you can have a little tips, like I said, to have a little information about it if you wanted to. And like I said, if you subscribe for the class, so we're more than happy to help you, give you some tips, information, things like that. But like I said, for those who are married, you need to know a sexual part is very capital.
Very capital.
Very important. It can cause failure in the marriage.
So yeah, get some resources. Come to the class and get some resources on
Sexual satisfaction is very important in the relationship.
Yeah, because when you're in the class, we talk about needs, and those are part of the needs. It's like a duty.
It's a duty. It's a must. Like I said, I don't want to just to say anything because I don't know the level of who's listening.
No, they are adults. They're all adults here.
But like I said,
because the goal of this also is to be real.
It's real, but like I said, listen, there are some. Let's put it this way: in the sexual part, if the man doesn't know life, bodies, and something like that, or the woman doesn't know the man's body, how his body functions, it's a failure. So it's your responsibility and duty to start knowing the person. Like I say, like I was talking in the class, we're talking about preliminary. So these are things which are very important. We have dogs and horses in this world. So they just think having a sexual intimacy is just to have a penetration sexual intimacy. It has nothing to do with that. To build up the intimacy in your relationship is those preliminary.
Okay.
So you got to know how to warm up yourself before even go to the real penetration sex. Many people, they don't know that. Many people, they don't use that. So they just come and say, let's do it. And then you don't know you're affecting someone.
Okay.
Many women, they don't know even they have an orgasm. Many, they don't know. Many, they know, but they never experienced that. Why? Because they make the man who don't care about how to bring a woman to the orgasm.
But Pastor, for a single person is not allowed to have premarital sex, right? So that person supposed to educate himself based on what you're saying, has to know the body, has to understand man's body, has to know also if you're a woman or man, you have to understand also your body. So how can I put this? How can you advise? I mean, I know people have to come to the class, you advise people to educate themselves without falling into all those things that we are now seeing on internet, falling into pornography and things like that. How can a single person educate himself on that? Because it's part of preparation for marriage. Or the person has to wait until they find someone and they are already dating before they are preparing for it. Or can a person, start that education way before?
Oh, like I said, if you find a proper way of getting education on it before, that would be great also. Otherwise, we are advising people, like I said, all the churches and everywhere. As we do premarital counseling.
Okay, premarital counseling.
If you find a person can give you that's great. Like I say, like I do. Beside the class, I have a premarital counseling.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with the classes we do, but it's just a premarital to prepare somebody for marriage.
So premarital classes is not for those who engage, it's also for single, those who have.
It's a premarital counseling. So we do giving counseling for those who are preparing themselves to get into serious relationships.
So we have two classes here at GVMC. Yes. We have the premarital counseling
and the classes for marriage.
Okay, so we have premarital counseling and the class for marriage. So make sure you register yourself for those classes. They are really important. So let me ask this question. I have two couple of questions and we'll end. Pastor, is it okay for a Christian to marry an unbeliever? Because I know someone is telling me, I can hear their voices. they are telling me that you know, the person is not maybe Christian now, but I can pray, but I can, you know, I love the person, blah, blah, blah. And they'll give you an example. They'll give you an example of couples, you know, who went that road and maybe the man or the woman was not Christian and today they are serving, they are both pastors and things like that. So is it okay? And can we have a Bible, you know, a Bible support? Is it okay for a Christian to marry an unbeliever?
Like I said, I will take it back to the class of premarital counseling, but I can give you a little answer to summarize it. Strongly, according to the Bible, we're not allowed to marry an unbeliever.
We are not.
According to the Bible, according to God, because marriage is institution, has been established by Him.
Okay.
But Him who established marriage, He advises us and tell us strongly, do not marry the unbeliever.
But Pastor, I will pray and that person will come to Christ.
Listen to me. You cannot base and put your life in a risk onto exceptional matter. There are some exceptional people.
There are exceptions to the rule.
Yes. So it's exceptional. It's not the majority. Mm-hmm. God is sovereign. He can give grace and favor to who He wanted. Mm-hmm. But you cannot base yourself onto those exceptional. Mm. Why I say that? A man cannot change a man. Listen to me. I'll say
that's strongly. That's a great one. A man cannot change a man. Don't even try.
Cannot convert another man to Christ. Mm. No. I don't know who preached that gospel.
It's not right.
But I will challenge that person until I die.
All right.
A human being cannot convert a human being. Wow. But God can use a human being to bring him to the path which God only can save somebody. Mm. It's only God. That's why you see, I don't want to talk about salvation here. We got two types of people get saved in the church. We got those who get saved through revelation, and then some of them are out revelation. Mm-hmm. Through revelation, you got to meet God. That's what the Bible is. It's impossible for the person to meet God and his life to stay the same. It's impossible. There are some people God has revealed unto them, and they get converted. They're not perfect, but they really get converted. There are some they were saved through emotion and feelings. So you don't really get it, but because they was making the altar call in the church, who want to get saved, oh yeah, me. But inside of you, you did not give your life really to abandon, to change. Mm-hmm.
Oh. So
you see, because maybe you're just a nice person, you just let's give your life. You just go give your life to church just like that. That's why you see the work of the two type of people is different. Those who get converted, God has revealed Himself to them. Their life is strong.
So not all Christians are, supposed to be your husband, even if they are in the church, even if they are speaking in tongues, they are doing all kinds of things at church. It doesn't mean that
they're not saved.
They are saved.
Saved means converted, changed. Okay. The person that knew you before, you know that person no more.
So you are a Christian. It's not okay for you to go and marry an unbeliever.
Yes.
And it's not okay for you also to say that you will pray until that person.
Listen to me. I had one story. I think I gave you that example in the class. That story. We had one sister a long time ago, and then she wanted to get married, and she presented the man, and then she said the man is Christian and all that. We asked the question, "Are you sure?" "Oh yes, he's a Christian. He prays and all that." So we started observing them, and the men was coming in the church, coming and praying, impressing people. And then after a while, they get married. We said we cannot insist because you want it, take it. Okay, they get married. After they get married, we start seeing the brother is not coming like he used to come. Missing services, churches, and all that. We start asking the sister, "Where's your husband?" "Oh no, he's busy. He's working hard. After a while, the man disappeared completely. "Where's your husband?" "Oh no, I don't know, but he's busy." And then after a while again, the sister start missing the church. And then after that, she disappeared also.
But that's an exception too.
Listen, disappeared. We see that a lot. It's not all the men are saved, all the women are saved.
Okay, I don't know if this case that I would say is the same thing as what you're saying, but I know this person, and she is a lady. She is in her mid-30s, and the guy who she's dating, the guy is not Christian. So she is preaching to the guy. I'll start coming, to church. The guy is interested now to the things of the Lord. But my concern is that how can she really know that guy will even discover his purpose? Because you said that marriage is for purpose, right? And the person is just now, starting coming to church or discovering your purpose. I know it's not function of Christian or no. You can be a non-Christian, yes, and still know what's your purpose is, and you can still know why God created you and what you on earth to do. But my question is, since we are saying that Christians should not marry unbelievers, and that man is not Christian yet, and we know that in Christian life is like a baby who just born, he has to grow, he has to do his steps with God. So how can we advise this person? Because I don't know, maybe she heard that the guy is a man. So based on what you were saying now, that we should not marry a believer, and the guy, they said, and she believes that the guy is her man. So what should she do?
Okay, in that case, like I said, I will go from the genesis of their relationship.
Okay.
Is it God told him?
She's convinced that it's God who told her.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't ask.
Yeah, but I'm answering for her.
Okay,
she
her,
said yes.
It's okay. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Many people, I cannot say if you're desperate. It's not about being desperate. But like I said, you see the majority of people, if they already seen the partner, they can never say bad things. You understand? They will stay focused. He's gonna change. She's gonna change. It's okay. It's fine. They will do their best to protect whatever they got to protect, because they believe if I miss this one, I don't know if something else will come. So they put the strong emotion before. That's why I don't take things like this. I cannot advise someone like this. All I know is not me saying, but God saying,
this one, I don't know if something else. Sorry.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah.
They say, the Bible say, not me, do not marry the unbeliever. Do not. That's the Bible saying. But let me say this. The time of conversion or someone to be saved is deep into God. I can say, okay, you love it. If God says so, means God knows, because remember, it's a mission, it's a purpose. If God gives you someone like that, means he knows. He knows that if that person will change 15 years after, means God will give you the strong heart to be patient.
Oh, wow.
Because it's God say that's your man. Don't complain. Don't blame anybody. If God say that's your man, be patient to go through those people who are not saved, how they act, how they do things. how they react, don't complain.
So be prepared for anything if you are ready
because
to
those
go through
who are
that.
not saved, they don't have no fear of God. Means anything comes in their mind, they will do.
Capital.
The only thing is holding all of men's or women's back not to do certain things is the fear of God. If we don't have fear of God, we'll do anything we want. The only thing is holding us back, that little voice talking to you, do not do it. But if you marry somebody who doesn't have that voice, do not do it, you'll think everything he's doing is fine. And then you got to have it. My advice, if really, let me talk to that sister.
Okay.
If God give you that man, praise the Lord. I cannot say no. You understand?
Yes.
But I'm talking to you straight deep from my heart. But if it's not God, make sure you have a big heart to support the ungodly manner until that person. Don't cry. Don't complain. Stick with it until the Lord save your future husband. That's the only advice I can say. I cannot treat him bad guy. No. I cannot say he's the wrong. I cannot say that.
But just be prepared
But
and
just be prepared. But if you say God has convicted you, God has spoken to you, that's really your man, means God will equip you
to
support whatever you got to support until that man gets saved. By the day he's going to be saved, you and I, we don't know. Only God. If you take 5 years, if you take 10 years, if you take 15 years, if you take 3 days, only God knows.
So if I don't want that, can I, is it okay for me to say, God, I don't want, I cannot go through all that? Changes.
Means it's you dealing with it. I said again, if God gave it to you, stick with it.
Okay. Stick with it if you are sure.
If you are
convinced,
that it's God, stick with it.
Said it.
Means you are entering in that exceptions case.
But those are exceptions. So those of us who God will never say such a thing,
don't
should
try. Don't try.
We should.
You should
okay.
think twice.
We should think.
Pray a lot until God give you the direction.
Okay. My last question, Pastor: is there any age for marriage? Is there any age that we can say, okay, this person is 27, this person is ready for marriage, or this person is 21, ready for marriage? Is there any age?
There's no really
that
age.
Makes someone ready for marriage.
There's no really age. Like I say, I don't like.
Because we come from Africa, right? And I know that I heard that in your country, Pastor is from Congo. In your country, people get married very early, and I know that in my country, Benin, it's much more later. So, but still, by 27, 28, you are entering 30. The pressure is starting coming from parents, neighbors, and things like that. So I want to ask: is there any age that makes someone ready for marriage?
No.
So there is no age. So
did
we shouldn't consider.
Did you ever read any age in the Bible?
No, I'm just asking because
I know. Too.
So
another way, let's don't take God things to manage that. This marriage is a first institution established by God. Please let me say it again. It's not a human being management. God did not put the age, but it put a requirement. In the society, at least, we don't want a minor people to get married because they're not mature yet.
They're not mature.
You understand? That's the only things we are standing. Even if Africans, they stand on those things because they want to see maturity in their child. Because if you don't know what's going on, please, folks, marriage is not a joke.
And maturity is not physical development.
No. Maturity is something way more from the inside, coming from God.
Someone that understands responsibility.
Responsibility, knowing duties and all that means you can handle life.
Life challenges, you can manage
because if you can't handle life challenges, please, I'm sorry.
and you are ready to sacrifice yourself. If you are Christian, you are ready to sacrifice yourself for that man of that or that woman.
Yeah, many people, they regretting. I didn't know I get married.
So marriage is it's a big deal. That's why I want us to have a preparation, because like Pastor said, it's an institution from God, and we should seek God's idea, God's advice about it before we even get into that serious business. So Pastor, do you have any last word?
My last word, I just want to invite all the singles, please, don't just stay away from education,
especially single of GVMC.
Yes, please don't stay away from, come to, if not only the class, but the premarital counseling. We can give you advice and then so many tips which can help you in the choice of your future partner.
And I'm a witness of it. Okay. It's a really good class. I started the class, and I can tell you it's really good. It will open your eyes on a lot of things, and you understand how deep marriage is and how important marriage is. So GVMC Dallas, La Génération des Vainqueurs Ministry Church Dallas, has a class that Pastor Christian holds, I don't know, Tuesdays?
It's Tuesday.
All Tuesdays. So all the singles of GVMC, if you are in Dallas, and you are not part of our church, but you are single, you can still register for the class. You don't have to be a member of the church. You just come, you register yourself to the secretary. They will tell you what to do. They will tell you what you need to do to get into the class, and the class starts on Tuesday. Tuesday, what time? 7?
Tuesday, we start from week here from 3. But like I said, we got flexible. It's different to the appointment.
Yeah, Pastor works according
flexible schedule.
Schedules. Yes. Yeah. So all the Tuesdays the pastors are here. So if you are single and you are part of this ministry, we strongly encourage you to come and to participate. Yeah. So Pastor, thank you so much for this time. We took like an hour and more. Thank you so much. And I would like to remind all of us that we have a conference coming at La Génération des Vainqueurs Ministry Church in December. Apostle himself, Guy Joseph Tano, which is the overseer of all JVMC and the senior pastor of this ministry, Dallas, will hold the conference. So you do not want to miss it. If you want to plan your tickets, if you want to plan your time, take time off, whatever you have to do, we will post all the information. And thank you for being here. Remember, purpose is important for marriage, and love has a purpose. You have to discover your purpose. You have to know your identity. You have to discover your purpose. And then you have to find a purpose for the love of your life. So keep that in mind. Thank you, all of you, for being here. If you missed it, don't worry. We'll have the replay. We'll put the link out there. Thank you, everyone, again. And until next time, be inspired to inspire.